Okay, guys, so welcome back to the second part or the third part of our discussion. Going back, we are discussing the protozoan parasite, particularly the amoeba, and the third part is about the free-living pathogenic amoeba. So, free-living amoeba, they are found in soil and water habitats throughout the world. So, this amoeba ingests bacteria, yeast, and other organisms as food source. So, unlike the true parasite, again, the pathogenic free-living amoeba can complete their life cycles in the environment without entering a human or an animal host. Therefore, free-living pathogenic amoeba, they can exist on their own, okay, without needing any host. Okay, so acanthamoeba, so they reproduce by mitosis. How about the method for the reproduction of the entamoebas? That is through binary fission. But for acanthamoeba, they reproduce through the process of mitosis. So they are ubiquitous microorganisms. And when we say ubiquitous, they are found almost everywhere. Okay? So they are found in air, aquaria, bottled mineral, in the environment, in the soil, in the swimming pool. And again, take note that they are found in contaminated contact lenses solution. That's why they have the capability to cause amoebic keratitis. Okay, so the trophozoite of the amoeba, okay, or the trophozoite of the acanthamoeba, that is, it has a large caryosome. I believe that I discussed this in the part 2 of our discussion again. So I'll focus on the large caryosome that is eccentrically located. Okay? So, eccentric siya, nasa gilid, hindi siya dapat central. Okay? So, it uses again pseudopods for locomotion and movement. So, and again, as a review, what are the two main functions of pseudopods? Those are for locomotion and phagocytosis. Okay, so the acanthamoebasis, it has double walled. Okay, it is double walled. So it has an outer wrinkled wall and an inner polygonally shaped wall. So as you can see here again, it has a large caryosome without the presence of peripheral chromatin. And it uses an organ termed as the acanthopodia, okay, the acanthopodia for locomotion, even if that is in its cyst stage. Okay, so we have here the life cycle of the acanthamoeba. Okay, so I already recorded this in, I thought I recorded this in the last part. However, nag-stop pala siya because it only allows 37 minutes of discussion. Okay, so unknowingly I was discussing. Tapos hindi naman pala siya na-record. Okay, so we have here the cyst form that is present in the environment, that is ubiquitous in nature. Okay, so acanthamoeba species are ubiquitous in the environment and they have been found in a variety of sites, including this one, in the soil, okay, in the water, either that is fresh, brackish, or seawater, even in field-grown vegetable, in sewage, as well as swimming pools, medicinal pools, okay, and even in contact lenses. Okay, so acanthamoeba has two stages. We have here the cis stage, which can exist, okay, to form trophozoites in life cycle, okay, and lacks a flagellate stage. Okay, why do we say that it lacks a flagellate stage? Because for the Naegleria fowleri, which is another free-living parasite, it has three forms: the cis stage, the trophozoite stage, and the flagellated form. So the trophozoite can undergo the process of mitosis, okay, to produce several copies of this organism. Okay, so the trophozoites are the infective form. Okay, how about the infective form for the Entamoeba histolytica? That is the cis stage. Ma'am, you have mentioned that the trophozoite cannot survive the acidic pH of the stomach. Bakit din Trapezoid ang kanyang infective stage? Guys, because, okay, this is not an intestinal amoeba. Okay, it is not an intestinal amoeba, so it is an extraintestinal amoeba. It causes disease or infection outside the intestine. So, the amoeba, cyst, and trophozoid can enter humans in various ways. Okay, so through the eye, okay, that is when someone is swimming, okay, through nasal passages to the lower respiratory tract, okay, so inhalation, okay, nasal passages, therefore that is inhalation. And then through ulcerated or broken skin. So if you have broken skin there, that is actually a passageway for organism as the entry point to invade your body. Okay, so through the eyes, if the eyes are infected, that may result to severe keratitis of the eye. So through nasal passages to the lower respiratory tract, so it results in GAE, okay, granulomatous amoebic encephalitis or disseminated disease in individuals with compromised immune system. Okay, and through ulcerated or broken skin, that may result also to GAE, okay, disseminated disease or skin lesion in individuals with compromised immune system. So either that is you acquired this parasite through the nasal or through a broken skin, it can lead to same types of diseases. Okay, so this one. Unlike for the infection of the eye that may lead to amoebic keratitis. Okay, so pathogenesis and clinical manifestation. Again, the Acanthamoeba species are the causative agent for granulomatous amoebic encephalitis. So, skin lesions are important diagnostic feature of this infection. So, this is an ocular surface pathogen. Okay, this is for the amoebic keratitis. It has an incubation period of 10 days. Okay? And clinical manifestations are mental abnormalities, meningism, localized neurological, as well as coma. Okay? So the gay, okay, gay na lang because it's very long. Gay starts slowly with symptoms like headache, nausea, dizziness, irritability, and low-grade fever. Okay, there are also changes in behavior. Okay, parang girls, parang tayo to kapag nagme-mens. Changes in behavior are an important sign. Okay, because the target of the acanthamoeba is the central, not only the central system, central nervous system, but the brain. Okay, so other CNS signs may include seizures, focal neurologic signs, diplopia, ataxia, confusion, and personality changes. Okay, nag-iiba-iba na siya ng pag-uugali, ng personality, hindi na po siya nababaliw, but that can be a possible effect of infection to parasitic infection, particularly the Acanthamoeba species, which may progress to form the GAE. Okay, so pathogenesis. So route of invasion in the CNS through the circulatory system. Okay, through the circulatory system. Therefore, they enter through the circulation to reach the brain. Okay, to reach the brain. Unlike for Naegleria fowleri, they use the olfactory nerve. Okay, the olfactory nerve. But for the Acanthamoeba, they can access the brain or they can go to the brain through our to our circulatory system. Most affected areas of the brain are the posterior fossa structures, the encephalon, thalamus, and brainstem. So the diagnosis for Acanthamoeba encephalitis that is done after death. So most likely that is through an autopsy. Okay? So there is the demonstration of the parasite in tissues using histopathologic stains and microscopy. Therefore, they will get brain sample, okay, for histologic stains. Okay? For acanthamoeba keratitis, that is through epithelial biopsy. So, epithelial biopsy. Okay, and again, how can you acquire acanthamoeba keratitis? Through, through an infected contact lens solution. That's why, guys, you follow your doctor's prescription or suggestion that you have to change the solution of your contact lenses because that can be contaminated by acanthamoeba species. Ma'am, okay, question. How about if we ingest the infective stage of the acanthamoeba species? Magkakaroon po ba kami ng disease? Okay, would that result to gay? Of course not, guys, because the infective stage, which is the Trapezoid, cannot survive the acidic pH of the stomach. Okay, so the infective stage Trapezoid can cause an infection to humans because it uses other entry points, which are the nose, the eyes, and broken skin. Okay, so we proceed with the other free-living pathogenic amoeba, which is the Naegleria fowleri. Okay, guys, take note for the for acanthamoeba infection that results to gait, it has a very high mortality rate and death rate. Masyadong madami ang namamatay. Sobrang konti lang ang nakaka-survive due to acanthamoeba infection, even for Naegleria fowleri infection. Okay, so that is even for Naegleria fowleri infection. So, it is a free-living amoeboflagellate. Why amoeboflagellate? Because this is the only, among the parasites that we discuss under amoeba, it is the only parasite with a flagellate form. Therefore, it has three different forms, the cyst, the trapezoid, and the flagellate form. So, with only one pathogenic species, so that is the Naegleria fowleri. So that is the only pathogenic species of the Naegleria. So it can cause fatal meningoencephalitis. The trapezoid forms a pair of flagella originating from the tip of a pear-shaped cell body. Okay, so we have here this is the trapezoid form. This is the flagellated form. Okay, so that is disease form. So we discuss the life cycle of Naegleria fowleri. So as you can see here, the Naegleria fowleri has three stages in its life cycle: the cyst, the trapezoid, and the flagellated form. Okay, so the trapezoid replicate by promitosis. Okay, ma'am, promitosis. So in promitosis, the nuclear membrane remains intact. Unlike in mitosis, okay, so the nuclear membrane does not remain intact. Okay, so that is the difference. So we have here, so we continue. We continue. The Naegleria fowleri, as you can see here, is also found in water and in soil. So Naegleria fowleri is found in fresh water, in soil, in thermal discharges of power plants, geothermal wells, and poorly chlorinated recreational, as well as in tap water. The trapezoids can turn in a temporary non-feeding flagellated forms, which usually revert back to the trapezoid stage. Okay, the trapezoids infects humans or animals by penetrating the nasal mucosa, usually during swimming, or sinus irrigation. Okay, so as you can see there, we have here an example: water-related activities such as swimming, underwater diving, or other water sports can result in water entering the nose. And if the water is contaminated with Naegleria fowleri and it entered in the nasal cavity, the amoeba penetrates the nasal mucosa, and then the amoeba migrate to the brain via the olfactory nerves, causing PAM. Okay? If acanthamiba has GAY, Naegleria fowleri has PAM. Okay? Primary amoebic meningoencephalitis even in healthy individuals. Therefore, guys, the immune system does not protect us from Naegleria fowleri because the Naegleria fowleri parasite can inflict a disease even to healthy individuals. So the trapezoids in the CSF and brain tissue, the flagellated forms occasionally in the CSF is the diagnostic stage. And again, what do you mean by diagnostic stage? These are the stages that are seen in body fluids. Yan yung nakikita mo kapag nag-run ka na ng diagnostic test sa laboratory. That's why that is referred as the diagnostic stage. Okay? So the cysts are not seen in the brain tissue. Why? Because that is a watery environment and they will not insist because they do not see or they do not feel a threat in their life. So hindi sila mag-i-insist. Okay, we proceed with PAM. So what is PAM? Okay, so PAM, that is again primary amoebic meningoencephalitis. How about GAY? That is granulomatous amoebic encephalitis. How about PAM again? PAM is primary amoebic meningoencephalitis. Okay, so only 4 people, so this is the history, only 4 people in the US, so that is in the US, out of 143 have survived infection from 1962 to 2016. Apat lang ang nabuhay from the 143 infection. Okay, so imagine nyo yung mortality niya. Okay, mas sobrang dami nang namamatay. Okay, so water containing Naegleria fowleri enter the nose. Okay, through what, guys? How do it migrate to the central nervous system or to the brain? Through the olfactory nerve. Okay, so you can only be infected when a contaminated water goes into your nose and it accesses your nasal mucosa. Okay, and it uses the olfactory nerve to infect the brain. Okay, therefore, you cannot be infected if you ingest the parasite. Okay, so I hope, guys, that is clear. Acquired oral or nasal. Ma'am, how about that one? Okay, oral. Okay, acquired or oral intranasal when swimming in contaminated pools, lakes, and rivers. But you have there the term oral. When the water, okay, goes through your oral cavity, but, okay, accidentally it goes through your nasal mucosa, that is the time that it can infect and it can enter the nasal mucosa. Hindi ibig sabihin ng dyan dahil nainom mo, pumunta sa stomach mo, mai-infect ka. No, it is always through the olfactory nerve. Okay, so when swimming, acquired oral or intranasal when swimming in contaminated pools, lakes, and river, as well as the inhalation of contaminated dust containing the Trapezoid. Okay, so you can still acquire this Naegleria fowleri through this mode of transmission. Okay, so what else? Next, so according to CDC or Center for Disease and Control, you cannot get infected from swallowing water with contaminated with Naegleria fowleri. Okay, again, that is a research conducted by the CDC, so hindi mo po yan makukuha. So, Naegleria invades brain and meninges via the nasal mucosa. Infection by inhalation of cysts in dust or soil particles has also been reported. So, the pathogenic species are able to survive in a chlorinated water up to 5 microgram per ml. Drinking or swimming bacteria drinking or swimming may also lead to Naegleria fowleri infection. But it doesn't mean na kapag lumangoy kayo sa ilog, okay, magkakaroon kayo na ng Naegleria fowleri infection, magkakaroon ka ng PAM. Okay? So, a requirement there is the water must be infected and it will have an access to your nasal mucosa. Okay? So, PAM is characterized by fever, headache, vomiting, signs of meningeal irritation, and encephalitis with rapid progression to coma and death. Okay, so rapid progression. The incubation period, so that is, I think, up to 10 days. So, most likely, the individual will die within the 10 days period. PAM exhibits increased WBC with high percentage of polymorphonuclear cell, hypoglycoratia, and elevated protein level. What do you mean by hypoglycoratia? That is low level of glucose in the CSF. So that is the counterpart of hypoglycemia, but hypoglycemia refers to low blood sugar level in the blood. Okay, this is for the CSF. Okay, so diagnosis, demonstration of trapezoids in the brain and CSF, as well as the use of bacteria-seeded agar medium. So aspirate suspected of Naegleria infection may be introduced in this medium. The trapezoid be identified with the presence of blunt lobopseudopodia with directional motility. Okay, so molecular techniques are also possible. So treatment, that is polyethylene antibiotic amphotericin B. But aside from this one, I'm so certain that there are other treatment or other medicine that is used together with this one. Because again, they are targeting the brain. And take note, medicine do not have an easy access to the brain because of the presence of the blood-brain barrier. So we have here the flagellated form, and this is the cyst form, showing the double-walled cyst. Okay, it has two walls, cyst wall, and this is the other cyst wall. It does not show peripheral chromatin, so it shows a central caryosome. Central large caryosome, unlike for the Acanthamoeba species. So this it has a flagella, therefore this is the flagellated form. Okay, so these are the three stages. The cyst can exist to form the amoeboid trapezoid. So the amoeboid trapezoid can become the flagellated form. So the flagellated form can turn back to become the amoeboid trapezoid. Ma'am, what is the essence of having another stage? Because this one, guys, since it has flagella, it has an easier access to food. Okay? So, mas madali siyang makahanap ng pagkain niya if that is in flagellated form. Okay? So, guys, I have a mnemonic here for Pam and Gay. So, I was the one who made this mnemonic way back in 2017 during the first time that I teach this subject with the batch of Pinoa Andres. Okay, and sino pa ba yung mga kabatch nila? I forgot sila CJ, okay, CJ Tamayaw, Ian Castillo, okay, as well as Salva. So, here it is, guys, for you to easily memorize, okay, or, yes, to memorize the PAM and the GAY. Remember, we have pamintang negra. Pamintang negra. Ang negra maitim. So, paminta. PAM for, of course, the disease that is the primary amoebic meningoencephalitis that is caused by Naegleria fowleri. Okay, pamintang negra. And another is, I can't be gay. Okay, I can't be gay. I can't be gay, that is Acanthamoeba for gay. Gay for granulomatous. Okay, what is gay again, guys? And 1, 2, 3, 4, granulomatous, amoebic, encephalitis. So, pamentang negra and acanthe. Okay? So, whatever. So, I think I discussed this mnemonic to you already. So, the N for enterocytes, okay, which refers to the intestine. Amoeba as a protozoan parasite. Histo means the tissues, and lytica lysis. Okay, therefore, the entamoeba histolytica has the capability to lyse the tissues. Okay, so I saw this in internet. Okay, guys, let's review. Okay, so I hope you had a lot of learning with listening to Mom Susie. Okay, so review tayo. Number 1. Okay, this is the only pathogenic ciliata. That is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ano na ulit yun, guys? That is the Balantidium coli. That is the only pathogenic parasite amoeba. Okay? So that is Entamoeba histolytica if you exclude the free-living amoeba. Okay, Entamoeba histolytica is morphologically similar with dispar. Okay, and even Hartmanni, but the Hartmanni is smaller in size, which has the flagellated form, that is the Naegleria fowleri. Parasite regarded as old man with eyeglasses, that is the Charja lamblia. So, isipin nyo na lang, Charja, yung mga guard, starts with letter G. Most madaming naka-eyeglasses. Okay? Char. Differentiate the Trapezoid from the cyst stage. The cyst stage, that is spherical in shape. Okay? So, unlike the Trapezoid, they have the pseudopods. The Trapezoid are the infective stage 4, Acanthamoeba and Naegleria, but the cyst stage is the infective form for Entamoeba histolytica. What stages would you expect to see in a form stool? Yung matigas. Okay, matigas na poop. So, we have the cyst stage. What stages would you expect to see in semi-form stool? Both the cyst and the trapezoid. Why is blood present in the stool of a patient with amoebic dysentery? Because in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the Entamoeba histolytica can invade the tissues resulting to bleeding. Okay? So, associated with contact lenses contaminated with parasite, that is the Acanthamoeba species. Okay, pag ganito, mauubusan na ko ng papa-quiz, diba? Common mode of transmission for Entamoeba histolytica, that is through fecal oral route transmission or ingestion of contaminated food and water. Infective stage of Acanthamoeba, Trapezoid. Associated with the disease PAM, Naegleria fowleri, Pamentang negra, Pamentang negra, so PAM for Naegleria fowleri. Treatment for commensal amoeba, guys, like Entamoeba coli, okay, Entamoeba dispar. Ano yung treatment nila? Wala, because they do not require treatment since they are not parasitic in nature. Amoeba that can be acquired through kissing, your favorite. Okay, so that is Entamoeba gingivalis. Okay, other methods of transmission, sharing of utensils and droplet sprays. Okay, this is often mistaken as bacterial meningitis. Ito ang hindi ko nasabi sa inyo. So, the symptoms of PAM resembles the symptoms of bacterial meningitis. Okay? So, wait lang. Is that bacterial meningitis? Yes, tama. So, this is often mistaken as bacterial meningitis, that is PAM. Okay, that is PAM. Caused by Naegleria fowleri. Okay, so differentiate the chromatoidal bodies of E. histolytica and E. coli. For E. histolytica, it has round, blunt ends. Okay, round, blunt ends. How about for E. coli? Splinter-like pointed ends. Okay, splinter-like pointed ends. Assignment. Okay, for 10 points, guys. Is there an amoeba that can be transferred to other individual through sex? Uy, okay. Meron kaya? Meron kayang amoeba? We are not referring to, ano na ulit yun? Trichomonas vaginalis because uh, that is not an amoeba. Okay? Si Trichomonas is not an amoeba. So, if there is, so if your answer is yes, what is that parasite and how? Paano siya natatransmit? Through sexual intimate contact. And no, if your answer is no, you should still explain why. Bakit walang amoeba na natatransfer through sexual contact? So, assignment for 10 points, please write your answers in the LMS. Okay, so you will have their under learning task, you will have there an assignment portion for this question. Okay, but please see to it na hindi kayo pare-pareho ng sagot. Unless meron talaga, alam nyo talaga yung tama, right? Okay, but what I mean is that please do not send your answers to your classmates because you are not helping them to study or to do the research on their own. Okay? Maganda yung meron kayong mga kaibigan, but it doesn't mean na gagawin nyo na yun because that is a form of cheating. Okay? So, I hope guys, okay, I hope na marami kayong natutunan because I'm really putting so much effort to make this recorded videos, okay? And even if I had this presentation before, the PowerPoint presentation, ini-improve ko kasi siya, okay? So, hindi naman ako nakokontento kay Belisario. But most of the contents of this PowerPoint presentation is taken from Belisario. So, I also include other books. Okay? So, please lang. Mag-aral kayong maigi. We will get through this. This pandemic will end. And you'll become registered medical technologist in the right time, in God's perfect timing, as well as to be the future doctor of your family sa mga gustong mag-med. Okay? So, I wish you a lot of blessings. Okay? God bless everyone.